My wife joked, "A man without a luxury car shouldn't talk about commitment." That evening, I parked her dream car outside, with divorce papers on the seat. I told her she could drive herself to the life she wanted. She never expected the engine of freedom to sound like that. The cafe was one of those polished Denver places. White marble tables, latte art, girls laughing loud enough to fill the space. My wife, Emma, 31, sat at the center of it, phone propped against a glass, ring light clipped on. I dropped her off an hour earlier because parking was impossible downtown. She'd kissed me goodbye without looking up from her screen. "Love you, babe," she said, scrolling. I thought nothing of it. Then my phone buzzed. A notification from a friend. "Dude, isn't this your wife?" A TikTok clip. Emma, hair perfect, eyes half-lidded, holding her cappuccino like a prop. Her voice bright through the cafe noise. "A man without a luxury car shouldn't talk about commitment." Laughter all around. Someone shouted, "Girl, preach." The caption read, "High standards aren't gold digging." By the time I arrived to pick her up, the clip already had a few thousand views. She was outside hugging her friend Tiffany, whispering just loud enough for the mic on her phone to catch. "He's nice, but honestly, not really my level." I froze behind a row of parked cars. I heard every word. My name wasn't mentioned, but it didn't need to be. The he was obvious. I waited until she noticed me. She smiled like nothing had happened. "Hey, babe." Perfect timing. I kept my face still. "Let's go." In the car she chatted about the cafe, the lighting, the engagement numbers. "Don't take it seriously, babe. It's just content," she said when she saw my expression. I nodded once. Of course. That night she went live from our living room. Ring light glowing, fake laugh looping every 30 seconds. I stayed in the kitchen, listening to her tell the internet how she manifested high standards. The comment section flooded with heart emojis. When the stream ended, she came over, giddy. "You won't believe this. Someone from a car accessory brand wants to send me free samples." "Good for you," I said. My voice sounded calm even to me. Inside, something cracked. A quiet, clean break. She fell asleep scrolling through notifications, her phone buzzing on the nightstand like a trapped insect. I stared at the ceiling. Every laugh from that cafe replayed in my head. A man without a luxury car shouldn't talk about commitment. I wasn't angry anymore. Anger burns out. What came next was colder clarity. At 1:17 a.m., I opened my laptop, logged into our joint savings, shifted half to my personal account, left her portion untouched. Then I opened the dealership's site, the same one she'd shown me months ago, eyes glowing. "One day, when we've made it." White Audi Q7, premium trim, panoramic roof. I clicked purchase, selected full payment, delivery within 72 hours. The confirmation email pinged seconds later. I sat back, staring at the screen's glow. Not revenge, just symmetry. She wanted a luxury symbol to prove commitment. I'd give her exactly that, along with a lesson carved in chrome. Outside, the city was quiet. Inside, the phone beside her hand kept lighting up with likes and laughing emojis. I watched it flicker against her sleeping face and thought how strange it was that someone could make a stranger laugh and the person who loved them wince. I closed the laptop, turned off the light, and lay beside her, wide awake, waiting for morning. By morning the video had metastasized, 500,000 views before breakfast. My phone vibrated nonstop with tags, DMs, and pity memes. Someone had clipped my face from a family photo and added text. "Still driving a Honda but preaching loyalty." Another wrote, "He better step up or step aside." Strangers debating my worth like I was a used appliance on sale. At work, two techs in the break room chuckled over their phones. One nudged the other when I walked in. "Yo, Ryan, guess it's time for an upgrade, huh?" I smiled, poured coffee, said nothing. Silence was armor now. Every laugh bounced off it. That evening, Emma breezed through the door glowing like a ring light herself. "Babe, can you believe it? 3 sponsors reached out already. Skincare, jewelry, even a driving school. I might finally monetize my personality." "Congratulations," I said, evenly. You're trending. She flopped onto the couch. I told you not to take it personally. It's a brand, not my real life. People love confidence. I love you, not your car. I looked at her. Right? Then let me show you what love looks like. Brand-free. She smiled, misreading the tone. You're so dramatic sometimes. What, going to sweep me off my feet? Something like that. We ate dinner in silence. Her phone buzzed every 10 seconds. She laughed softly at comments I couldn't hear. Every sound another chip out of the wall between us. When she finally went to bed, I stayed at the kitchen table, staring at the glow of the refrigerator light and thinking how easily public applause can drown private respect. Around midnight, I checked the order confirmation again. Delivery locked in for Friday, 2 p.m. I drafted a short message to the restaurant by the lake, our old anniversary spot, booked a corner table for 2. Special request, a parking space near the entrance. Then I wrote an email to my lawyer. Simple subject line, next steps. I didn't attach the draft yet. I wanted her to see the paper with her own hands, not through pixels. Friday couldn't come fast enough. Every day until then, her fame ballooned. Morning shows replayed the clip. Influencers duet it. Women stitched it with queen energy. I watched colleagues scroll through it like a weather update. Thursday night, she stood in front of the mirror trying on dresses, phone filming as she asked her followers which outfit screamed, "Level up." I caught her reflection catching mine. You'll come, right? Dinner tomorrow? My treat. Let's celebrate before the real deals roll in. I already booked somewhere, I said. Lakeview Terrace. 7 o'clock. Her eyes softened, maybe from nostalgia. Our spot? Ah, babe, see, I knew you weren't mad. You just needed to chill. I didn't reply. When she left the room, I opened my notes app and typed a single line. She mistook patience for permission. I closed the phone and sat in the dark for a long time, listening to her rehearsed laughter through the bedroom door. By the next morning, the comments had turned meaner. Some men calling her shallow, others defending her as manifesting abundance. She thrived on it, replying to both sides like a politician. Fame doesn't discriminate. It just feeds whoever's hungriest. Before she woke, I ironed my shirt, printed 2 sets of documents, and sealed one in a manila envelope. On the outside I wrote, "For Emma, open after dinner." Then I brewed coffee, set her favorite mug beside her phone, and left for work early. She texted later, "You're being sweet again. I can't wait for tonight." I typed back, "Neither can I." And I meant it, just not the way she thought. Friday evening glowed like the inside of a champagne bottle. Late sun bouncing off the lake, the water calm enough to mirror the skyline. I arrived early, handed my keys to the valet, and asked him to park the white Audi Q7 right at the front entrance. "Make it visible," I said. He grinned, thinking I was surprising a loved one. He wasn't wrong. Emma showed up 20 minutes late, predictably dramatic, wearing a gold dress that caught every beam of light. She walked toward me with that influencer smile, bright enough to sell a product, hollow enough to echo. "You look handsome," she said, leaning in for a kiss. I stepped back and gestured toward the table. Dinner was polite, too polite. She talked about follower counts, partnership offers, a possible podcast deal. I nodded in all the right places, chewing slowly, memorizing every syllable. The restaurant staff, used to proposals and anniversaries, gave us soft smiles. They didn't know they were about to witness a divorce served medium rare. After dessert, she reached across the table, fingertips brushing mine. "So," she said lightly, "are we okay now?" "Better than ever." She laughed, relieved. "Good. For a minute I thought you were actually mad about the TikTok." "Why would I be? You said it was just content." She tilted her head, playful. "Exactly. You finally get it." "I do," I said, pushing back my chair. "Come outside with me." She followed, heels clicking on stone, the night air sweet with lake wind. The valet spotted us and rolled the Audi forward, headlights washing over the walkway. Red ribbon across the hood, white paint glowing under the string lights. Emma froze. "Ryan, is that yours?" I said, tossing her the keys. The luxury car you deserve. Her face broke into disbelief, then giddy excitement. Oh my God. You actually, wait, what's this? She'd opened the passenger door and spotted the manila envelope on the seat. Go on, I said. She tore it open, expecting a note. Instead, divorce papers clipped neatly, signed on my end. The color drained from her face. What is this? It's your new life, I said quietly. You can drive yourself to it. She blinked fast, laugh trembling into something sharp. You're joking. Ryan, this isn't funny. It's content, remember? Just a brand. A few people near the valet stand started filming. The irony wasn't lost on me. Emma, queen of curated humiliation, suddenly stripped of her own narrative. You're humiliating me, she hissed. No, Emma. You did that when you told 500,000 strangers I wasn't your level. I'm just giving you the ride to match your words. She clutched the papers to her chest, eyes wild. After everything I built for us. You built it for them, I said. For strangers. For comments and clicks. I built this life quietly the way real things are built. And you laughed at it. The valet looked away, uncomfortable. The night around us hummed with phones capturing the wreckage. She tried one last time, voice breaking, mascara already streaking. You can't end us like this. I didn't, I said. You did publicly. I'm just finishing the post. I turned, tipped the valet and walked to my car. My real one, the plain Honda she mocked online. Behind me, flashes popped, recording her standing by the gleaming Audi, envelope in hand, caught between tears and fury. By the time I hit the main road, my phone was vibrating nonstop. Notifications, tags. One headline already forming in the digital ether. Woman gets a luxury car and divorce in the same night. I didn't open it. The night air through the open window was enough. By sunrise, my phone was a battlefield of pings. Someone at the restaurant had uploaded the entire exchange. The ribboned Audi, the envelope, her reaction. Title: Woman gets a luxury car and divorce in the same night. It hit 2 million views before noon. My inbox filled with articles quoting strangers calling me either king of petty or legend of boundaries. Emma called 12 times. I didn't answer. Her last voicemail came in broken sobs. You destroyed me for likes. I almost laughed at the irony. When I drove home, she was already there, standing by the boxes I'd packed the night before. Her suitcases, clothes, ring light, tripods. Everything she'd used to build her brand. She looked smaller than she'd ever let herself appear online. You've got 1 week, I said. The lease is in my name. Take your time, but take everything. Ryan, this is cruel. You blindsided me. You built your world around a punchline. I just stopped being the joke. Her eyes narrowed. People think you're abusive. They're calling you a narcissist. That's the cost of telling the truth in public. Her mom called next. I answered out of courtesy. Ryan, she said, tired but sharp. You went too far. It was just a joke. No, Mrs. Clark, I said quietly. It's a pattern. She did the same thing to her last boyfriend. Mocked him online for views. I just happened to provide a better camera angle. There was a long pause, then a sigh that sounded like surrender. I know, she said finally. I warned her once. Maybe this will teach her. Emma moved through the apartment like a ghost that couldn't accept eviction. Every object she touched seemed to surprise her, as if she didn't remember it belonged to someone who'd stopped playing along. That night she went live again, tears glistening under soft piano music. Title: Healing After a Narcissist. Her followers poured sympathy into the chat until someone dropped a screenshot of the restaurant video. The comments flipped instantly. Girl, he gave you an Audi. That's not abuse, that's accountability. Actions meet consequences. She ended the stream mid-sentence. The next morning, tabloids reached out. One outlet wanted an interview. Another offered money for exclusivity. I declined both. I wasn't interested in prolonging fame through ruin. She'd already done that herself. A week passed. She still hadn't moved out. I sent one final text. Landlord will change locks Monday. Please collect the rest before then. No reply. That evening, I came home to find the Audi gone. For a second, I thought she'd vanished cleanly. Then I checked my email. Notification from the dealership confirming the title transfer had finalized. I signed it to her. The car was legally hers. Let her have the symbol she wanted so badly. By midnight, she posted a new video. Her posing beside the Audi in a parking lot. Captioned, "When they try to break you, but you drive away shining." The comments were relentless. Didn't he buy that? Driving away from accountability, maybe. TikTok's favorite cautionary tale. She deleted it within hours. Meanwhile, my peace returned like morning light through clean glass. Quiet, gradual, undeniable. I stopped checking my phone every few minutes. The silence, once foreign, felt earned. Every now and then, the viral video resurfaced under new captions, stitched with analysis or humor, but I didn't watch. I'd already lived the unedited version. A week after the firestorm cooled, I got a DM from a stranger named Alex. His message started with a single line. "Bro, same thing happened to me. No cameras back then." He attached screenshots, old texts, selfies, captions eerily familiar. Emma in a mirror, same coy smile, same quote. "A man should match my energy or my car." Underneath, her comments gushing over a Lexus he'd bought her used. Then another post, weeks later. "Sometimes you outgrow people who can't keep up." I stared at the screen, half angry, half relieved. It wasn't just me. Alex and I met for a drink downtown. He arrived with the look of someone finally validated. "She said the same stuff," he told me. "Called me her safety net. Told her followers I was jealous, controlling. When I cut her off, she spun the victim story." He showed me a group chat titled Emma's X Club. 6 guys. A digital support group for survivors of charm, clout, and humiliation. One of them, Marcus, had dated her when she was still in college. "She filmed me fixing her old Civic," he said. Posted it with the caption, "Dating potential builds cars, not futures." The others sent laughing emojis, bitter but bonded. "She doesn't want love," Marcus wrote. "She wants a lifestyle." Scrolling through their stories, I saw the pattern like a spreadsheet. Flirt, flatter, flaunt, flame out. Public adoration followed by private disdain. Same script, new names. Meanwhile, Emma reappeared online. Her healing arc had shifted tone. She posted an airbrushed selfie with a caption dripping with performative wisdom. "When you level up, you attract better energy." Beside her in the photo, a man I didn't recognize. Sharp suit, too perfect smile, hand on the Audi's hood. The caption ended, "With the right man, even an old Toyota feels like luxury." The internet didn't forget. Within hours, the comments section turned on her like a tide. "Didn't you roast your last husband for driving one? Girl, you said the same line last time." Plot twist. The Audi's leased by him. Someone stitched her clip with mine. The restaurant reveal. Adding text, "History repeats, but the car changes." It went viral again. She disabled comments, then her account. Alex texted me later. "You gave her the only honest brand deal she ever had. Consequences." I laughed for the first time in weeks. Offline, things finally stabilized. I kept working, went for runs, slept through the night. The noise receded like a storm moving offshore. Then a journalist reached out, asking if I'd go on record for a feature about digital accountability and relationship performativity. I declined. I wasn't interested in milking misery for clicks. Still, I checked the ex's group chat now and then. One guy posted a screenshot of Emma's new handle. Smaller account, private profile, 2K followers. Her bio read, "Rebuilding quietly." Good for her, I typed and muted the chat. A month later, I passed a parking lot near her old salon and saw the Audi parked crooked, a for sale sign taped to the window. I snapped a photo out of reflex but didn't send it anywhere. That night, Alex texted me. Her new guy's already selling the car. Says he can't afford the insurance. I replied, "Fitting. The car was never about driving. It was about display." He sent back a laughing emoji. Then silence. The story was ending itself. For the first time in a long while, I didn't feel the need to check my name online. I deleted the viral clips from my phone. Let the internet keep its artifacts. I'd had enough relics. The noise, the outrage, the commentary. It all burned out faster than it rose. What stayed was peace, quiet as engine idle after ignition stops. 3 weeks after the Audi went up for sale, the divorce finalized, clean, uncontested. She didn't fight for anything but the car, and I didn't stop her. The papers came back stamped and signed, the sound of a door shutting softly behind a storm. I let her keep it. She needed the symbol more than I ever would. I wanted something simpler, quieter. The same day the decree arrived, I drove to a used lot on Federal and bought a weathered blue pickup for $5,000. Rust on the fenders, paint faded like denim, but the engine purred steady. I named it Liberty. The dealer laughed when I paid cash. "You sure you don't want something flashier? You're a young guy." "No," I said. "I've had enough of shiny things." Driving home, window down, the air smelled of rain and asphalt. No ring lights, no staged laughter, just wind. That was the first evening I realized silence has a texture. Emma, meanwhile, pivoted her brand again. Her new account, at @rising_Emma, featured daily affirmations and tearful vlogs about resilience. "Sometimes the universe breaks you, so you can rebuild," she said to a camera balanced on the Audi's dashboard. Her followers had dwindled by half, but she spoke to the remainder like a preacher to loyal disciples. I didn't watch live, but clips found their way to me. The comments weren't cruel, just weary. "Maybe just log off for a bit. Healing isn't content. Girl, drive somewhere new." Then one night Alex texted. Her new guy sold the Audi, said he couldn't afford the insurance. I pictured her reaction, the panic, the scramble to spin the story. Maybe she'd post a caption about choosing simplicity. Maybe she'd call it downsizing for peace. The car was never the issue. The mirror was. I replied, "Freedom's engine sounds loud at first. Then it gets quiet." The next morning, I woke to sunlight cutting through blinds and the steady tick of my coffee maker. No notifications, no crisis. Just routine. I packed lunch for work, something I hadn't done in years. The quiet felt earned, not lonely. Sometimes I still pass the lake on late drives. The restaurant stands unchanged. Same terrace lights, same soft music drifting over water. The valet doesn't recognize me anymore, which is a blessing. A few times I've seen couples there, some recording themselves under the glow, trying to bottle affection for strangers to witness. I wish them luck. Back home, the Honda sits beside Liberty in the driveway. I haven't sold it. It reminds me where all this started, and what I survived pretending was love. People online still debate the story sometimes, slicing it into think pieces about ego and gender roles. They call me either cold or poetic. Truth is simpler. I just got tired of being background noise in my own life. Every morning before work, I start the truck, roll the windows down, and let the engine idle. The sound fills the air, low and even, like breathing. Freedom doesn't roar forever. It settles into rhythm. When friends ask if I'd ever remarry, I tell them I might, if I meet someone who laughs off camera. Someone whose love isn't measured in likes, whose silence doesn't scare her. Until then, I'll keep driving. Because the best gift you can give someone who mocked your worth is distance. And the best gift you can give yourself is peace that doesn't need an audience. The world may forget the video. The algorithm will bury it. But I'll remember the sound that came after. The hum of a quiet engine. The whisper of wind through an open window. The noise of nothing at all.